As Anthony Flynn spoke to us about decision making, let's dig deeper into making a good decision. As a leader, we make decisions every day, right? Your choices impact your professional brand and it becomes your life story. For leaders, everything boils down to timing. For most of us, the majority of us start our day strong. For me, I'm an early riser. I'm more focused and energized between 6 and 11 a.m. After that, I kind of find myself sliding into that midday productivity slump. This is about the time of day when I'm more likely to be irritable, kind of sluggish, just about brain dead when it comes to being innovative in decision making. Around that midday slump, many of us are impatient and prone to making mistakes. I read a report in Pink's book. According to the analysis of about 90,000 surgeries, researchers at Duke University discovered that operating room errors occurred more often at 3 p.m. than at 8 a.m. And the University of Pennsylvania, they had researchers that found that doctors and nurses were less likely to wash their hands as the day progressed. So just be mindful of the time of day that you have to make a decision. Do a mirror check of how you feel. This may mean slipping away, maybe to the restroom, taking a couple deep breaths, and relax your shoulders. Now, let's take a look at the well known formula that can help you make good decisions. Gather all of the information that you can. Because remember, I told you earlier, you can only make a decision based off the information that you have. So, in order to make a good decision, gather as much information as you can, then identify what are some alternatives. Are there any uncertainties? Weigh the pros and the cons and understand who will be impacted by your decision. Now, this is very important because you want to involve everyone that's impacted in your decision making when the time is necessary. Also, you need to make sure that you communicate out the decisions to all of those that's going to be affected by the decision. Communication is a key factor in this process. Now, you are ready to take action. So remember, once you take action, you must review your decisions and measure your results for learning purposes. You want to be deliberate and thoughtful of your decision-making process. At times, we may have to make immediate decisions, and at that time, check yourself. Make sure your decision is not an emotional one. Try to stay fact-based. Anthony also told us to make space in our lives when you're thinking about a big decision. Go somewhere quiet, somewhere relaxing. Be in an environment where you can really think. When you're feeling overwhelmed and you have to make a decision alone, consider the fact that you may need to start delegating more. Delegation doesn't take away your leadership, it actually helps it. Don't try to do everything yourself. Delegating empowers your team. It builds trust within the team. It can also be a great source for professional development. So don't be afraid to let go and allow your team to grow through delegation. When your employees succeed, so do you. You'll find that right person that you can delegate to, someone that is willing and able. Now I'll pause there because everyone that's willing is not always able. We all have worked with someone that raises their hand for everything and oftentimes don't complete the assignment or don't produce quality when it's needed. So, willing and able must be aligned. Make sure that you explain to them why you're delegating to them, give them clear instructions, and provide them with a timely deadline. You won't always have a window or a cushion, right? You may need something urgently. And when you need it ASAP, all the time, you'll ruin your brand with that person. Everything can't be a fire drill. What'll happen if your team starts to say, "What is it now? It's always something with Alicia." They'll start to lose respect for your leadership. So try to lower the amount of fire drills that you have. Another thing you can do when delegating is provide resources and empower that person to do what you've asked of them. Dr. Womack shared with us to hire leaders to be leaders, and everyone on your team should be considered a leader in their respective positions. So allow them to lead. Make sure that after the work is done, that you follow up and give immediate feedback. And of course, say thank you. And then there's the reward and recognition. Properly compensating your team goes a long way, be it privately or in public. It doesn't always have to be monetary. The point is, you want to show your appreciation. It could be a team lunch, a happy hour, a half a day off. That's an award, right? Let your team know that you appreciate their commitment and their dedication on the individual assignment or the team collaboration. When you delegate well, everyone wins. So let's practice. Think about something that you do that's teachable. If you have a task that's teachable, identify someone that you can give it to and will be willing to help build their confidence. This will give you even some one-on-one time with that team member. This is a great opportunity to identify successors on your team that you can groom. So when delegating, there are ways to ensure that you delegate to the right person. Proper delegation means that you know your team, right? This is where knowing your team members' strengths, their weaknesses, their passions, their preferences really comes in handy. Let's say you have something that requires a team effort involving employees outside of your organization. Well, the person on your team that prefers to work alone won't really be a good choice in this case. Or let's say it's something that involves presentations and you have someone on your team that's a nervous wreck when it comes to presenting. This will be a good time to either A, help the employee by coaching them out of their nervousness, or B, decide not to give them that assignment. So make sure that you make time to sit down with your team and understand how they like to work. Another thing is self-selecting when you're delegating. Self-selecting is another good way to delegate. Put the task out there and see what feedback you get. This is also a great way to build trust, to hold the team accountable. It's also inspiring and engaging. It'll inspire the team. Now let's take a moment and look at some pointers that Anthony Flynn gave us and some challenges that he challenged us on for networking. The whole point of networking is to interact with others, exchange information, and develop professional or even social contacts. As Anthony stated, you want to bring energy to the room, not take energy away from the room. Know who you want to develop a relationship with. Know how you can serve as well as be served. Anthony mentioned that as well. Another key thing that Anthony said was differentiate yourself. With networking, timing is critical. So you need to start networking before you really need it. You want to network to look for opportunities to showcase who you are. Technology is your friend, so utilize it. It is how you can say happy birthday to someone that you want to develop a professional relationship with. It's also a quick way to say congratulations on your new job or your work anniversary. You can even find out where people in your industry hang out. When you network, have your elevator pitch ready. Boldly speak your name. Say what you do and how long you've been doing it. Be the expert at you. Use networking as a way to meet other people. Cold calling, so to speak, is not the best way. You can spark a conversation with someone that you don't know, and it can work. But also, if you use common friends to make that introduction for you, the collaboration in that networking works even better. Connecting the dots with the name is a great way to know someone new. That is why your brand is so important. The saying goes, birds of a feather flock together, right? Once you've started a conversation, find something that is in common interest and tell a story about it. Tell how you helped someone in a similar situation. This is what Anthony was referring to when he said add value. Once you've gotten comfortable and you want to take the networking to a follow-up, ask, can I connect with you on social media? So please make sure that your profiles are clean, that you represent yourself professionally, keep your profiles up to date, and have a nice professional headshot. You never know who may see you. Now, I want to introduce you all to someone that is an expert on networking, specifically with LinkedIn and how it works. Robin Wilson Tucker. She is the president and CEO of Wilson Consulting, LLC. Wilson Consulting, LLC is a resource connection consultancy that provides professionals with information and possibilities. Robin has 20 years of professional networking experience. She serves business professionals and entrepreneurs by providing and expanding their online presence and visibility. She specializes in LinkedIn profile optimization, Facebook business, professional profiles, resume reviews, and professional networking strategy development. Robin has 14 years at FedEx Corporation right in Memphis, Tennessee. She currently works as a quality specialist advisor. Robin works to drive implementation and she manages the quality driven management process throughout the FedEx enterprise. Her background degree is in industrial engineering and she has an MBA. She is in various professional groups, including the National Black MBA Association, the National Society of Black Engineers, Business Network International, the Institute of Industrial Engineers, and the Society of Women Engineers. Robin has created an ebook just for this course, and she's going to show you how you can enhance your networking, specifically with LinkedIn. Enjoy, and thank you.